This week, we're going to begin with some macroeconomic factors for why gold continues leading this global bullion bull market. This is a full fiat currency era chart of gold, silver, palladium, and platinum in fiat US dollars from 1970 until now in 2024. As you can clearly see, gold is broken out versus other precious metals on a technical spot price basis. It's a healthy sign. For in a legit, long-lasting bullion bull market, gold leads. Other precious metal values lag until catch-up rallies later on. In a few minutes, we'll look into some recent news regarding both silver and platinum markets, but again, we'll begin with gold, the clear leader at the moment. We can go back with over 800 years of financial history with one of the world's once dominant reserve currency empires, and see the simple fact that over time, gold eventually stair-steps higher in revaluation cycles. This gold re-rating higher will be a historic rhyme in time, but this time, the one coming is going to be on a simultaneous worldwide scale. On a collective net basis, government central banks know this, and that's why they've been buying record volumes of official gold bullion reserves over the last few years, with little to no signs of slowing down. Poland is moving toward having a prudent 20% gold bullion reserve allocation. They've reached 16% currently. Eastern nations like India are consistently buying gold bullion month on month. Perhaps the most important difference between the 1970s, 1980 Western-driven bull and this current 21st century worldwide version is that the 1980 gold price reaccounting higher didn't have a Western sovereign debt crisis as we are low-key hurling towards. Yes, the US bond market at the time was relatively crazy, with interest rates spiking towards 20%. But a legit question of overall sovereignty in the Western world was not as real as it will eventually become in our futures. The 1980 gold revaluation wasn't propelled by currently growing unfunded liability piles in the USA and the Western world, for instance in Europe. Both of them estimated hundreds of trillions in promises coming due, not saved for either. Historically, it's the fiat currency being devalued that becomes the release valve for such occasions. Tomorrow, Saturday, China is reported to declare yet another stimulus package on top of the one from only just a week ago. Estimates on this one range from around $283 billion to upwards of $1.4 trillion in fiat US dollar valuation of additional stimuli. It's only a matter of time before we begin akin in the West. Perhaps ballooning the Fiat Federal Reserve's balance sheet multifold higher and likely moving towards yield curve control and further bank consolidations. In terms of US debt to GDP ongoing, we crossed the Rubicon only a few years back, and basically the 2008 global financial crisis changed the trend, and we've been papering things over ever since. In terms of additional debt piles to come, it won't matter right or left who wins in November. Ballooning debt levels is the road we will continue on until we run into further walls ahead. On a recent anecdotal basis, just to show you how trends have changed in the gold market, fiat US dollar bulls were out this week celebrating the pop in the Dixie, which measures fiat US dollars versus fiat euros and other major fiat currency units in relative basis. As you will see soon, the spot gold price in the fiat US dollar market basically shrugged it off on a pullback and finished the week basically flat. Stick around. We dive into further gold, silver, and platinum news next. Hello, this is James Anderson on behalf of SD Bullion. Smash the like button if you enjoy these bullion market updates. And be sure to visit sdbullion.com/sweepstakes to enter our free 500-ounce silver coin giveaway.
The history of gold is vast and deep, and history is important. Part of a group with over 170 years of history in precious metals, Arger Heraeus has a proven track record refining some of the world's highest quality gold products. As one of the world's leading gold refiners, Arger Heraeus is on the forefront of cutting-edge technology. That's why when SD Bullion was looking to make a gold bar of the highest quality, we chose to partner with Arger Heraeus for their rich experience and history. Our goal was to create a bar that visually expresses some of the core values at SD Bullion, our love for our country and our faith. Introducing the brand new Cross and Flag Gold Bars, featuring a beautiful image of the American flag draped around the cross, imprinted upon 4 nines fine gold. These bars are available in 4 different sizes, and each bar arrives in assay with a unique serial number. Serial numbers 1 through 20 for all 4 size options will be available for purchase while supplies last. A separate listing for serial numbers 21 through 100 will also be available, and all other serial numbers will be shipped at random. The SD Bullion Cross and Flag Gold Bars, the first co-branded gold bar in SD Bullion history. And history is important.
So I went down to the water and found my fate, because I don't wanna be stuck in the good old days. That's when you say, I swear you ain't seen nothing yet. Found my faith, bowed my head for the blessings that come my way. There'll come a day, I swear you ain't seen nothing yet.
Exclusively at sdbullion.com.
The spot silver gold markets had a mixed week in fiat US dollar terms, given its recent relative strength versus other, further devaluing fiat currency units. Both spot prices fell midweek only to rally into the week's closing price trades. Spot silver finished just over $31.50 an ounce bid, and the spot gold price closed just over $2,650 an ounce bid. The relative strength by gold over silver this week pushed the spot gold silver ratio up to close at 84. Costco made platinum headlines this week as they begin retail selling 1 ounce Pamp Suisse platinum bars to their members in the United States of America. On a historic basis, you have to go back into data before the 20th century to find an era in which gold so outvalued platinum on a relative basis. Gold is currently over 2.7 times more costly than platinum at the moment, and likely climbing higher as we hurl towards a sovereign debt crisis era to come. That said, I'm still a long-term bull on platinum, bought at these depressed fiat spot price levels near $1,000 an ounce. Gold is simply leading. Eventually, all other 3 precious metals will move into catch-up rallies later on.
This 12.5 kilo gold bar is worth about $1 million, but as you guys can see, there's a lot of dark spots in here, which means that there's a lot of other metal in here. So how do we get this bar to look something like this bar, which is 99.9% pure gold and free of impurities? Well, I'm gonna show you guys how they do it. We're at the Pomp Gold Factory here in Switzerland, and first we gotta go to the crucible.
This is a recent YouTube short, seen by over 10 million likely younger Western viewers. Here we have an obvious trend change. It used to be Swiss gold refiners had no idea how to market their product brands, especially in the Western world. Well, that's quickly changing in this global bullion bull market.
After we place this heavy bar into the crucible, the gold is then melted into a liquid form so that it can be cast into a shape that is ready for the electrolytic refining process. Famously, it'll be connected to a power source and be called an anode.
This anode gets dipped into this solution right here, which actually strips out the impurities and actually just leaves you with a sheet of gold. The final product is this gold sponge. It's basically a paper-like texture. And then this gets further melted down into different types of other products, such as gold grains, gold bars, or even gold strips.
Turning finally to the current global silver market, still priced nearly 40% lower than its 1980 and 2011 nominal price high level of $50 an ounce. Apparently, the masses don't currently care that silver is currently in a stealth bull market. I suspect once its nominal fiat US dollar price nears and clears its ancient $50 an ounce nominal price high, mainstream financial headlines and new market entrant wahoos will help get the bull word out, and an eventual mania will begin again. On a current full fiat currency era quarterly silver spot price chart, we can see that silver is nudging up against some key resistance levels between 32 and 33 an ounce. The next technical price hurdle on this chart afterwards seems to likely be around 38 an ounce. The key difference between now in silver 2020s and into the 2030s to come, and silver back in 2011 or in 1980, is the underlying fundamentals driving it at the moment by industrial demand mainly, insatiable growing solar panel demand, and climbing high-end electronic input demands. All these silly old solar panel demand projections years and decades prior were proven to be well too low, And it turned out, too, that instead of thrifting silver inputs out of solar panels, the latest cutting-edge versions use more silver than they once did. Leading silver mining nations like Mexico and Peru appear to have peaked in output about a decade ago in 2016, and we have yet to get hammered with coming investment demands that will likely lead to persistent shortages ahead unless or until the spot silver price gets re-rated exorbitantly higher than the depressing levels it's currently still at today. Any long-term silver stacker who has done their homework knows silver is relatively still dirt cheap at the moment. The vast majority of silver ever mined is sitting somewhere, probably in old electronics and garbage landfills, unlikely to be recycled anywhere near these spot price points or likely anytime soon. Finally, to close this week's bullion market update, after importing over 45.6 million ounces of silver in August 2024, I learned this week that India literally eats over 3 million ounces of silver every year.
The edible silver market in India is a 100 tons market, which at current silver price of 90,000 per kg comes to 900 crore rupees. Well, the silver foil, or varak as it is called, is very thin sheet made of 99.9% pure silver, made by pounding silver into sheets less than 1 micrometer thick, typically 0.08 micrometers. The silver sheets are typically packed between layers of paper for support and is peeled away before use. Well, silver varak is used on mithais like kaju katli to gulab jamun, many Calcutta mithais, also in cake decorations, Ayurvedic medicines, and a larger use for silver as food comes from supari, pan, and tobacco players.
Wedding season's coming up, and India is surely going to be hungry for more silver imports to come. That is going to be all for this week's SD Bullion Market Update. As always, to you out there, take great care of yourselves and those you love. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and share it with those you love. Subscribe to our channel and hit that alert button so you know when we publish new bullion market updates.